Thank you so much. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Guru Namaha. Om Sahanavavadu, Sakhanava Punattu, Sakabhiryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Guru Namaha. Thank you so much. So we are in the joint learning exercise to understand and receive Vedanta Darshana, the knowledge supreme that leads us to perfection. We are yet to understand fully the phrase Vedanta Darshana, what actually means. But knowing the glory of Vedanta Darshana and equally realizing the glory that our birth as human beings is the only opportunity to leverage for our differentiated advantage in this world. So, in the first session, the last session, we spent 30 minutes. I just want to recap for maybe 5-10 minutes so that we get the groove on it. So, company of good people is needed. In this Kali Yuga, where long penance and strict austerities, rituals is quite difficult to perform. But all this can be easily achieved when we are in a company, what we call a satsang. We briefly looked at the Shankara's beautiful verse, Satsangatve Nischangatvam, Nischangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. Of course, we didn't understand, we are yet to understand what is Jivan Mukti. Because it could be said as liberation, and then you may ask the question, why am I have to be liberated? I am not locked up anywhere. Redemption, salvation, if you say that as if the present life is condemnation, which is also not right. So we have to understand what Jivan Mukti is. But if we take it as fulfillment, quite easily we can accept that, because I'd be very pleased to see anybody who says that I am completely fulfilled in this world. They are the Mahatmas. At least I am not. So we all seek fulfillment. Therefore, if we attach the meaning as of now, Mukti is fulfillment, then we can probably all accept that's something that we all need. Therefore, we said that satsang leads you to that kind of a mukti, a total fulfillment. And when we briefly look at the Vedanta Darshana's meaning, the part of Darshana, we also said that also leads to that same fulfillment goal. So therefore, a double act here, having a satsang and then listening to Vedanta Darshana. You see, it's not just the Vedanta, even the preparation of Vedanta, the rituals we do, the wonderful bhajans that Bala uncle, Raj, everybody is running through, the sloga class that Balaji is running for many, many years, I know. All these are part of the Vedanta Darshana, because it all makes us become that ripened stage where the touch of it will give you that final salvation. We don't need to stall anymore. So everything that we do in the satsang is part of the Vedanta Darshana, but it is on a preparatory stage. It just prepares you for that. So in this 30 minutes, what we try to do, I won't say intellectual analysis, but a submission to learn the import of it. Because unlike a mantra, unlike a sloga, where you don't need to know the meaning, because all full of devotion and surrender. But when you come to tattvas, tattva vichara, it's called Mimamsa. Mimamsa means puja vichara, very reverential inquiry. We have to inquire because our culture, our Sanatana Dharma is all about asking and seeking. It is not about dogma. There's no word called belief. Shraddha is not belief. Shraddha is a committed learning where we take up the courage to go forward when what we learn doesn't comprehend with what our experience is. And I would request Balaji some stage to start teaching some suktams like Shraddha Shuktam, because it's very important that Shraddha and Metta should be imbibed into us. Because Shraddha is, especially when you are learning something which is esoteric in status, which doesn't comprehend, sit comfortably with the logical thinking, we give up. This is very important in Vedanta, because what we are going to learn, what we are going to question, is going to be completely 180 degrees opposite to what our traditional learning is. What we thought right becomes wrong or seemingly wrong. So it will not sit comfortably unless you have Shraddha. Shraddha, we will again understand what the Shraddha means, how to develop it. But Shraddha is the capacity to endure learning when what is imparted to you doesn't sit comfortably with your knowledge. That's where devotion comes in. That's why in the name of God, when we learn, we seldom question the God. But Vedanta says even question that, but with the Shraddha to learn. So we looked at that, and then we say why we should take it now, because as a human being we are different. We again took a slogan to compare against the very common slogan about animals. The difference is buddhi. The buddhi, a discriminating intellect, is a double-edged weapon. It allows you to analyze. Analysis is basically dividing everything into pieces and understanding every single piece, but also synthesize. Take everything into a collective form and look at the whole picture of it. But that capacity is only for human beings. If there's a capacity to think, that means you can make a differential goal for yourself. Therefore, there can be a purpose in life, and there can be means to achieve the purpose. Therefore, the purpose, pursuits, plan, progress, all these words mean the same thing. We got to have a purpose in life and a pursuit towards the life. That's where we differentiate from the animals. So knowing our goal and reaching our goal. So in this session, we will set the goal based on what Vedanta Darshana requires. But then we need to know how to go about the goal. What is the pramanam? What is the route for this setting the goal? Called Shastras. So we talk about it in the next session. So, what is our goal? Just if you ask yourself, what is my goal today? If you have an answer to it, excellent. If you don't have an answer to it, you got to think about it. Our life is just going away without a marked goal. This is unfortunate, in a way, a blessing in disguise. COVID-19 has given us enormous time to people. I see people struggle with this time. They don't know what to do with this. They fill up with so much of things to do. Why all this happens? Because, of course, the time is given. Our everyday life is driven by events, not by the goal. So goal has to be set up. But we do have a goal. I want to earn money. I want to buy a house. I want to get promotions. But these goals are all changing every now and then. Naturally, they will change because life needs are changing. When the goals change, the methods change. Therefore, we are in a vicious circle of setting goals, changing it, setting goals and changing it. But you must look at the whole life by itself. The life will one day begin, one day ends. So what am I going to achieve in this life? That's called Purushartham. It's got two words there, Purushaha. Here Purushaha means Jivaha. We take it as human being. There's a lot of meaning to Purushaha. For human beings, for us, for a man, for a woman. Artha here stands for, Artha has got a lot of meaning, here stands for goal, a pursuit. So Purushartha is therefore the human goals, human pursuits. We haven't discussed Shastras, what is Shastra. But right now let us take it that we have a Shastra as a guidance giving this goal setting process. First one, as human being, we need, from the day we are born, we need security, safety. Safety about our embodiment, our life, nourishment, food. When we realize our mana, abhimana, some clothing to wear, some shelter to be in. So these are the needs that we need to really have desires for. It's very, very interesting because we are going to talk about desireless life in some stage. But Vedas do, you must have desires initially to start with. Your artha is therefore the security, safety related actions that you need to do, goals that you need to set. This comes in different stages. In young age, when you are hungry, you want to have food. But when you start earning money, you want to think about your future. What happened when I'm getting old? I need pension. So you think about yoga kshema. Yoga kshema is 2 words. Yoga is to acquire something, that what you need. Kshema is to keep it. So yoga kshema means you acquire what the things that you need in your life for your basic life, and then you keep it. And it is allowed, Veda allows you to earn money and for your your essential life. But it needs at some stage a regulation. When do we know that regulation come into existence? It's about when you start moving from meeting your basic needs to enjoyment. Imagine if you're hungry, somebody is hungry, you feed them with the bread, he will eat like that, he will just grab it because he has to fill up this hunger. After the 3rd bread, he will say, can I have some jam please? Can I have some butter please? Because now the artha is gone, your essential need is fulfilled. You are secure, no more hunger. But you need now enjoyment. An ordinary dosa is fine, but I need a masala dosa. I need a ghee on it. I want to sit in a 5-star hotel and eat. I want to now drive a Mercedes, a BMW, a Porsche car. So your pleasures-seeking approach is called kama. Kama is not just a sexual desire. Kama is anything that you ask in life where that need is not to address your artha, your safety, security needs. It is excess that you need to do. Well, can I not do it? Should I not do it? Of course you should do it. Of course you can do it. The embodied life is the egatma, is bodhatma. We all start as a bodhatma. A bhogatma. Bhoga means enjoyment. We need to become a bodhatma at some stage. Enjoyment is given. You have to enjoy. The whole embodied life to enjoy. Enjoy it. But if I do an enjoyment now, what happens in the future? How can I guarantee my enjoyment in this life and the life after? So here, one of the purushartha is, one of the goal here is the word dharma. Dharma is a very complex word, very beautiful word, and there is no other word in any other language in it. We will be keeping the word dharma so many times in so many different contexts. Come from Rudri. When in Mahabharata, when Bhishma was asked a question about dharma, he just stumped. He doesn't know how to say. He just say Vishnu is dharma. Simply he finished because there's so much is there. For example, you take a personal dharma, it's about responsibility, duty. Come from word through dharan karna yagya. Your responsibility, role. Rajya dharma is there. Righteousness is there. But as a goal, here we are talking about dharma as punya. Punya is a virtuous credit So here as a Purushartha, Dharma got two meaning. As a purpose, it's called Punya. Punya is a credit that will be given back to you in form of Yoga Kshema at some stage. Now you may have a question on this. What is the guarantee for it? Apply the Shraddha right now. Hold on to it. You're going to learn this more because it's important to understand what is Papa, what is Punya. But for time being, I'll just tell you a very simple way. What is Papa? Suppose, would you lie to me? If I lie to you, do you like it? If I come and steal your items, do you like it? No. Nobody likes to lie to you. Nobody likes to take your food away, things away. But if you do the same thing to somebody else, that is Papa. What you don't want anybody to do to you, and if you do to somebody else, because it's a very easy way to start deciding, because nobody decides Papa for you. Don't think that Shastras are dogmas that tells you what is Papa, Punya. How does the Shastra know? That kind of question will come right now in your mind. But we'll sort that out. But right now you can say, you can be the judge. The clue is that, because everybody, this is the beauty of it, everybody is Bodhatma, everybody is Dharmatma, because we are God's children, we are gods. So we, by nature, we will be always virtuous. Even a thief, when you want to have a company, want a partner to go with him to steal something, he won't choose a bad thief who will steal from him. You want an honest guy, he will have a deal there. Is it not? So therefore, you can be your own judge. So therefore, here Dharma is, therefore, two things. In a purpose, in the goal, it is a punya. So in life, you earn punya. In the process, in the pursuit, is righteousness. So it applies to all three, even artha, kama, dharma. I remember, I think I forgot this, Subhashitam. It says, even if your mother is hungry, let her die if I need to feed her by stealing food. This kind of a thing it says. So, whether you enjoy dharma, artha, or you enjoy kama, or you accumulate punya, you need to have dharma. Again, we have to understand all this is, of course, Bhagavad Gita gives you everything in so much of detail. But Vedanta, all this is needed because what you're doing now is to collect all the tool sets. Trekking gear, glove, backpack, water. So all these words, dharma, shraddha, punya, satsang, all the tool set that we are collecting right now. And we're going to put them in an order so that we can take it forward. So this whole thing, artha, kama, dharma, but the learners say dharmartha, kama. Of course, artha is what we start with, but by naturally dharma is the preceding one. Therefore, whenever you say purushartham, your goal is therefore dharma, being righteousness, collecting punya, that means doing right things, artha, making sure my essential things are done for me and my family, kama, I enjoy it. So never feel guilty that I'm earning money and I'm enjoying having a 5-star dinner one day. No problem, do it. It does not mean that you are not in the pious way. But you will know some stage when you start understanding Karma Yoga, when you do things for in a Karma Yogic way, the karmas will slowly go down. Your life will change. So therefore there is no need to really renunciate by compulsion. Bhagavan calls it mithyachara, those people are. You want to fast on a Ekadashi day, but then the smell of upma in the kitchen really tantalizes your brain. That's mithyachara. You don't need to do that. Have upma, eat upma, and then pray to God. This karma will, like a tree, like a dry tree just falls out of the leaf falls off the tree, it will go away from you. Therefore, the first is very important because many people think if I take Vedanta or satsang, I can't go to the hotel, I can't eat good food, I can't go to the movie. No, of course you do. But naturally your tendency will deviate from this. So this tree is called Sadhyatrayam. Now you may say that, look, you may give some nice words now, but this is happening from day one for me. It's not something new. Okay, you may have nice words here, but this all is there. But is it all my goal is? Now, that is where the step moved from a laukika life, as a worldly life, to a spiritual life, adhyatmika life. Why? To do anything, to achieve anything, this three is called prayas. Prayas means that which gives you prosperity. As a family dwellers, we are all, prayers is important because we again learn about this. Unless you make money, you can't help others. So therefore you have to work hard, you must make money, save, do all the things that you need to do. You can't spend 24 hours on spiritual pursuit at this stage. You must do your daily job, your routine. Someday you have to cook food. But all these are prayers. It is not anything inferior to something we are going to learn, but it is a very essential step. You've got to be conscious that I am earning prayers. That involves dharmartha kamaha. Dharma will be righteousness. Therefore, in anything I do, I try to see how does it fit. Is it a dharma? Is it a kama? Is it artha? And to do this, we need to have sadhanas. Again, we need a session on sadhanas, sadhya, and all those relationships. But sadhana is the means, instruments of action. Sadhya is the what we achieve. All of us have got only three sadhanas. Your instruments, your words, your body, your bodily actions, your mind. So vak, manas, kayam and manas. Because the three are the instruments of action for all our purposes in life, you got to really keep them clean, tidy, oiled up. The tools must be always there for you. So how to purify your words? How to purify your body? How to purify your action, your mind? We do that. So we need to have these things. But it is not enough that you get what you want. We want a good atmosphere to get it. So Shastra says, Vishaya Prapti, getting what you want to achieve in life. Ubadana Prapti, the instruments of action should be in good condition, because you want a fantastic house or a fantastic food you want to eat, but you get diabetic. What's the point of it? It creates tapam. So in all our endeavors, we ask for not only the object of desire, the Vishaya Prapti, we want to have the instruments to enjoy the Ubadana Prapti, good health, good mind to enjoy it. And you need to have a good ambience. Like you have a beautiful car to drive around. What happened with COVID-19 comes in? Car is in the garage, you can't really show off. So Loga Prapti, you need to have an ambience, atmosphere should be good. Therefore, in all our prayers and all our efforts, we look for this sadhana trayam, sadhya trayam, vishaya prapti, bhadana prapti, yoga prapti. We are going to understand how Shastra is going to help you in doing all this. It's all in the Veda Purvas. We are going to talk about that, how it's going to help you to purify those things. But when does Vedanta comes in? When you keep on getting this kind of goals in life, we are all sufficiently experienced in life, we see that all that we got through this has got a dosha. Dosha is something which you don't want to have. It's a blemish. You know what Arjuna says? Karpanya dosho bhagadasvabhavaha. Remember that? Vrichamitvam dharmasam mudachedaha. Karpanya dosha. He's got a karpanya dosha. He got a his blemish is what? The karpanya dosha. It comes from the root word kripana, which means miserly. But here, actually, Sanjaya says earlier, that Arjuna was full of kripa. The kripa is attachment on emotions, the weakening emotion, and as a result of that, he is so deluded. So now he has nothing to offer in going forward. When there is nothing to offer, that means you are like a miserly person. So this Karpanya dosham is therefore his weakening emotions, making him totally confused and entrapped. He has been so empathetic, sympathetic to everything in life. But because he had no clear understanding, his karunyam, his sympathy becomes a weakening emotion. Emotions can be two types, a positive emotion and a weakening emotion. Sometimes we mistake it, When somebody is not well, we go to them and say, oh my God, you're not well. I'm really sorry to look at you like this. Oh my God, what can I do? Because that is not going to be positive on them, on you. Emotions have to be that which uplifts somebody from the fear. So in life, when you look at it, we should really pray that we get the kind of karpanya dosham some stage so that we can seek solution. Because what Arjuna asked for, Sishya Deham, Shadimam Pro, please, I am become your disciple, take me. We will go to that stage only when we have that dosha. But there are other dosham that we get in our day-to-day life. Whatever you achieve in life, you will have adripti. It will never be fulfilled. There's always something missing there. So adriptikatvam is first dosham in anything in life. Then there is called, it always mixed with sadness, dukkha mishra. Why dukkham comes in? I'm getting happy things because you get anxiety. Oh, nice people have come to a house, but they're going to leave. The anxiety comes in. Once they're gone, fear, sadness. When things not possessed, when you want it, the desire gives you anxiety and fear. When possessed, the security, fear comes in. So you can see in anything that you get, even Swami comes in. See what happened to Tyagaraja Swami, he was praying to Lord Rama. The statue is thrown away by his brother. He becomes so much of tabam, a positive anguish, but still grief until he gets it. So every shugam has got a dukkham attached to it. Dukkham ishtatam. And the worst thing is, if you like something, get something, arthakama will give you bandham, bandhakatva. It binds you. In the morning, if you come out, the smell of coffee comes in. Oh my God, I like to have the coffee. You have to have the coffee. The doctor said don't drink coffee, BP increases, but the smell is so irresistible. You take it. Bandhakatva. You can go on, but the thing, you can put it in 3 baskets: unfulfillment by whatever you achieve, a mixture of grief in this, and more importantly, binding. Why I say binding? Why drinking coffee is a bad thing to do? Not a bad thing. Why it's a binding one? Because when you have, again, we must discuss it later. When you take something, when your intensity of desire, when it is higher, it creates a fragrance. Like you have a jasmine flower, jadipu, mallipu, when it's there in the house. Even if you throw it away, the smell will linger around. So when you have deep desires, these desires become vasanas. These vasanas will become a sediment beyond the so-called the subconscious mind. Of course, in our philosophy, there's no subconscious, unconscious. There's only one consciousness. But it goes so deep. And this is where your Dharmartha, Purushartha come into picture. If you have done something and which you need to experience the result of it, which is due to you, and if you haven't done it, but unfortunately I die, I still have to experience that one. Therefore, I need to have the Loga Prapti for the Vishaya Prapti I hold on it. Therefore, I need a Ubadana Prapti for it. So God creates, just now take it in Shraddha, another birth for me, another ambience for me, where my Vishaya Prapti, which is my Vasana, can be expended. So if you keep on drinking coffee, like coffee, you may be born in Brazil next time. Like that. So Vasanas, or the fragrance of intense desires, decide what embodiment you're going to have, what birth you're going to have. Because this we can understand, we can take the ownership on our hand. That's why it's called a free will. Purushartham, another meaning is free will. If you don't understand it, there is a meaning to it, but at least you know that this doshatrayam exists. Only when you come to the stage that all that I understand, all that I achieve in the life has got a dosham, when you start understanding that, that's the time you understand samsara. In Tamil, samsara is equated to wife sometimes. Yeah, my samsara is wife. No, but I think it's got a lot of meaning there. I mean, basically it says that it is about bandham. It's about the creation of bandham. So you cannot negate the bandham of your parents. It's given. But the bandham of marriage is committed. That's why you make a commitment to it. It's called dharma. Wife is called dharma patni. Children are called dharma putras. See, we always put the dharma in the front of it because the whole purpose of getting married and getting into family life is to sustain, nourish, propagate dharma. When we learn, I think when you read Bhagavad Gita and you come to the chapter 3 and 4 and you realize being in a family life is so superior, if not superior, at least as at par with great sannyasis and jnanis. If it is a dharmic life. So it is basically a samsara nivritti. We start from a good dharma patni. That's why it comes in. But anyway, again, samsara, we should understand, it comes from a Sri is a word, root word, has got a lot of meaning. One of the words is to flow freely, just slip around. Some is completely, virtually. Samsara is life which is, you basically go around, float around. That means your status doesn't change. You just keep on from one event to another event. In English, we can say entrapment. It could be a very golden entrapment, like in COVID-19. Some may be even thinking, lucky if it is like this forever, I can be at home all the time.
That is good.
But that will come to hit us very hard and say it is really not good. It's a golden prison entrapment. But I think this is very important to think about it because unless you have, even Shankara said, unless you have the fire in your head is burning with this tapa, manasa tapa. Tapas means heat, punishment, uncomfortable position in yourself, so that you use that uncomfortable position to evolve. Vishada Yogam. Arjuna's Vishada Yogam is what? Vishada means confusion, delusion, grief, samsara. If you are able to convert your tragedy, your grief, your weakness into strength and opportunity, you are on the right track. It is always easier to convert pain and grief and disaster and despair and dread to hope and success than a comfortable enjoyment and pleasure. Because what happens in pleasure, you get sleep. Your senses sleep. When you are hungry, you won't get sleep. When you eat, you sleep. When you have fear, you'll be very alert. Your mind may be fearing, but your intellect may be confused, but you'll be alert. Therefore, the trick is, when I have fear, when I have grief, when I have despair, that is a sadhana, that's an opportunity God has given to me. Don't blame God for it. Be thankful to Him, to her, because she has given you a door ajar. Kick it open, because now it's going to be a sadhana. So when you take that step of converting, first realizing that I have samsara, I need to escape. But there is something very great insight here. You can escape, you can pursue to escape a disaster only if you know you can escape. Only if you know there is a solution, is it not? Imagine now, God forbid, if say COVID-19 has no solution at all, would it be like this now? We are hoping because there is a solution. It's only a question of time. This trouble has given us resolve to refine our life. It's called a COVID yoga. You transform yourself. Imagine why would we discuss in this kind of a satsang now with so much of intense. I know many of you are regulars, but there is a kind of a intensity of purpose now increased, because this is the Vishada Yoga. So therefore, now it gives us a fantastic goal. All things in life, therefore, would come to this point of entry, to this moksha seeking, liberation seeking, fulfillment seeking approach. Therefore, why can't that be the goal? That can happen. This thinking can only happen only if your life has been conducted in a dharmic way. I think we can be proud, modestly proud, be proud. We all discuss this satsang and talk about this because, thanks to our parents, our teachers, our friends and satsang, we have been living a dharmic life. If dharma is not in your life, in your thought, I can guarantee you not, I'm not guaranteeing, Bhagavan is guaranteeing you, you will not understand this, you will not be part of it, you will not listen to it. Therefore, we are already in a dharmic way. Therefore, there's a goal should be moksha. It's called Shreyas. Now, if you turn around, now if this is going to be the goal, then why can't I start my Purushartham with my whole life is just one time window? What is life? Life is the excitement of your energy in the time axis. Then it becomes avyaktam. If you put x-axis from 0 to 120, your purna is, when the energy pops up, on the y-axis you put your spiritual progress level or happiness level. Your life is a curve. It's not a sine curve. It could be a linear curve. It could be exponential curve. How you make it. Therefore, the goal is that moksha, liberation, fulfillment is our goal. To achieve the fulfillment, I must live in this world with an embodied nature. To live in this world, I need artha. But to make it interesting, I need kama. But I will do it in dharma. Therefore, the real way the Purushartham should be moksha, dharma, artha, kama. But it is so difficult to comprehend this. Therefore, what God has let us do, go and enjoy life. Get burnt. Get experience of it. Experience a better teacher. Therefore, I keep this moksha as your last goal. I put dharmartha kama. Dharma is the first goal. No question about it. Righteousness should come from the day one. And it is easy to come because we are naturally, inherently dharma. As I just told you, even a thief doesn't want it to be stolen. Therefore, dharma is quite easy. It's our own natural inherent. inheritance. We just have to polish it. Artha is essential. The most difficult one is kama, because it occupies your mind, it drags your mind. The Vedas allows you to do kama. Therefore, there is a kind of excuses to do. Even in punya is a kama. We will know it at some stage. Why do we need punya? Because we want to live in the Devaloka and Svarga. For what? Enjoy things. What happens after that? So it is like a mother, like a nice mother. What should do? She'll give the child a nice food. The child wants a chocolate, so give her a chocolate, give her honey moderately. In between, she put the medicine in between. That's why the Veda Mata gives you what you want to enjoy in life. And there is a big risk. We will again touch about it, because people therefore stick to that point of Vedas which tells you, oh, do this karma, you will get that. You do this one, you do that. It is true. You will get it. But it is like a mother giving you laddu only to feed the medicine after that. If you just stick with the laddu, then you get into this entrapment of samsara. Therefore, even the rituals, even the good things we do in life must continue. But know that they are also entrapment. But therefore, should I not do the good things? No, you should do the good things. But do in a way that you can continue to do dharmartha kama moksha process, but you have no binding. Is there a way to do it? That's what we need to discuss it. So we need to stop at this stage unless you have any questions. And then the next class, we will see what are the pramanams for it. What is the authority for these definitions? Therefore, what is a shastra? What are the shastras? And which shastra that I should follow? Having come to this life at this stage, do I have to read all the shastras? Or where is that I can get the shastra jnanam? How I get it through? Then we will understand to approach it. We have to go a little bit technically. You have to bear with me those sessions. What is knowledge? How do I understand anything? How do I avoid sometimes? How do I avoid the doubts? How do I interpret correctly? We do that, and then we go on as we progress as needed. So thank you so much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Raja. It's one more inspiring session, and I'm sure we will carry on and we'll keep acquiring more and more taste of Vedanta in days to come. So we are making the best use of COVID, as you said. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, do with our final Upanishad, unless there are any questions. Or we can start the question in the next class beginning rather than now. Okay. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya.
Sudoma Shatgamaya.
Samasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Samasoma Jyotirgamaya.
Yoma Amritangamaya.
Pratyoma Amritam Gamaya.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you all very much, and we will meet again same time next Sunday. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.